How many of you guys got Kunversion down pat and you know everything on it already?
Yeah.
Anybody? Diego? You know Kunversion as well?
Yeah, but not everything.
Okay.
I'll say that on everything.
Not everything. Okay. Have you used the squeeze pages?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you use your squeeze pages? How do you use it? Like if you're on this page, what would you do with it? Oh wait, actually, hold on a second, guys. From here, Diego, what would you do? How do you use it? Because there's a couple different ways that you can use this thing.
Well, the one they use the most is the single property squeeze page.
Okay, so you use the single property squeeze page builder, right?
Yeah. So,
all right, so
it's easy, right? You just put the MLS number, and then the system is just gonna get all the information from the MLS about that property.
Okay. Has anyone else ever used a single property squeeze page builder, or know what it's for? Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. And you guys have permission from the office to use any one of our listings that are active or under attorney review to do marketing. Even the ones that are under contract, you guys can use if you think they're gonna help you build a big, a large amount of interest. Let's just go to GSMLS. All right, so what we do here is we'll go to one of our active listings and we'll just grab it and we'll create a squeeze page. So what you do is you just grab the MLS number. You guys can just copy the MLS number. You don't have to copy, you guys can write it down if you're not into copying, whatever you guys want to do. But here is important what you do, because you want to source the place that you're getting your leads from. Because if you're doing marketing on Facebook, Craigslist, Google, you know, anywhere and everywhere, you might want to figure out where the most leads are coming from, especially if you're paying for it. So here what we're going to do is we're going to put down FB or Facebook, whatever you guys want to put. I'll just give you an example. And we'll hashtag it with the address 715 Hazel. And what we'll do is in here we type in the MLS number and we click on this thing that says build direct MLS ID link. So for all you guys who missed that, it's under squeeze page here in your left side. And what you do is now you have this link that you can use for anything and everything. And this is where Diego may not be using the stuff, and I know you're using it, but there's a couple places I figured out we can use it for. So now when people are directed to this link, they're taken here, and it's a very professional looking site where they can know all about the property, and not only that, but they can look at other properties that might be similar to this one. They can ask you a question, they can see like all the demographics for the area. It's really, really nice for someone to be able to see this when they're surfing the web for a property. They can get caught in your portal by clicking on these pictures and wanting more information. They get asked for a name, an email address, or a phone number. They can even look at other stuff. If they're looking for a house but they need to sell also, they can click on here where it says sell and they'll put in their information. You might get a seller lead out of it as well. But how do you use it, right? This is what you want to find out. How do we use this information once we get it? So what we want to do is we want to put this information always on our business page. So I hope you all have a business page at this point. I think I've helped everyone in here with that. So what we'll do is we'll create something. We'll just go in here and paste the link. Check this out. I'm just pasting the link. That's all I'm doing. And then once you go to publish, your link comes out really, really nice looking. So you have it here. And once you have it here, the next step would be to share it to your timeline, share it to groups. I don't know how many of you guys belong to real estate groups, but it'd be important to share these to local groups where you know that you're posting the right content. You know, I learned with Danny recently that you can't just post on any group because people get upset. So like I was posting open house stuff on pages where it was about motivation, and they were like, please don't post any more of this stuff. So I get it, you know, like be conscious of where you're posting into groups, but it is a really good way of getting a ton of views on the stuff that you want to put out there. And does anybody have a question on what I did?
So you put in, when you were in there, you put in Facebook and then it brought you to, I guess that's where I'm confused. When you put FB, you put it and then you went to Facebook?
Yes, I manually went to Facebook and a different tab.
Okay.
So once I'm in Facebook in my business page, it's asking me here to write something. And once I write something, all I have to do is paste the link and it creates that post for me.
And the link you got off the bottom of the squeeze page that I created after you put it all in?
The link I got from right here. After I gave it the MLS number that I wanted to do it on, So anybody that has like a listing with nice professional photography, just grab the MLS number and dump it in here, and then you guys can create a post out of it.
Okay, so it's that link right
So
there.
that,
Yeah.
but that,
No,
So
right
this
there.
down here, yeah.
and it created that link for you.
Correct.
You didn't create the link.
No, no, exactly.
Well, you gotta click there, so.
Yeah. So once you get,
No, you
yeah,
clicked there, but you shared it with Facebook.
yeah.
No, you gotta copy that link.
Copy
then
and share with
put it in
Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, it's not gonna.
Correct.
So you copy the link and you can put it wherever you want.
Everywhere,
Whatever.
yeah.
Correct.
Perfect.
Okay. Another thing. I'll teach you how to do, guys, is if you wanted to post to Craigslist and put this information as like something that you guys can utilize for getting clients as well, or trapping them into this, you can either do it manually. I hope everyone here has a Craigslist account, because that's like
But that's tricky
basics.
because
they don't really let you do. So what Danny and I have done is we basically just go in there and we tell them to copy and paste the link. So so if I want to create, so let me show you guys one of the ones we've already done.
Do you do this off in the boost page?
well, I should do it at least once a week, but I don't.
Okay. So you guys see, this is what Danny has done for me. He's posted all the pictures manually, because that's the only way to really do it here, unless you do an HTML code, which is a little more complicated for you guys to do. So you can just post the pictures in here manually, and then what you write in here is, for more info, copy and paste the link. So this is the same link that I
you gotta copy and paste. Oh, okay.
yeah, because it doesn't let you put a hyperlink in. So what you would do is you tell the client to basically copy and paste the link. When they copy and paste the link and they go there, it takes them there.
Have you got anything back from Craigslist?
Yeah, we get from people from Craigslist as well. A lot of wholesalers on Craigslist, so be careful with that, because if you're trying to make sure you're dealing with the if you're trying to make sure you're dealing with the end user, always ask for a proof of funds or a deposit for any property that you're trying to sell them. But there are people here that also go, regular buyers that go on Craigslist, so don't
You're
get...
saying like a regular buyer, because the Craigslist, I wouldn't think
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Other times wholesalers.
Yeah, sometimes you get regular buyers. So another thing you can do too with that information that you have is you can go ahead and compose an email, and let's just say I'm sending an email to myself, right? And I would say, check out this house, right? And let's just say you have like 10 people that you think might be interested in this home. Instead of just sending one email, you can just BCC everyone and just type in the email addresses there one by one, because they won't see each other, okay? You can do that, or you can do it through Kunversion. Kunversion has a way of doing that, or you guys can do it through the mass email merge, mail merge that shows you guys how to do on a spreadsheet that I'll cover with you guys individually if you have a question on that. So let's just say you did a BCC, and then what you can do here to make it look real cool is say, hey, I thought you might like this house. Click here. So what you do is just highlight the word click here, go down here to your link, and paste that link that we had from the other one. And now it becomes a hyperlink. So now when you send out this email, all they have to do is click on this link, which looks a lot better than you sending an email that says, click on that instead. It just looks much cleaner and much nicer. So if you guys aren't doing that, try to do that. Sometimes if you have a really nice property, you might want to hit an email blast like 100, 200 people. Just do it this way at one shot. You'll get a lot better response this way. Okay. All right, so that's a good way to do it. Now with the other features on Kunversion that you guys are probably not using, there's a top 5 feature. Have you used the top 5 feature, Diego? This one? Okay, so top 5. Here it is. The top 5 video squeeze builder. So let's just say we wanted to say this week's best properties or something, right? So we'll call it this week's best properties. And then you go ahead and go back to your MLS inventory, and we just grab, let's just say, we'll grab a few. few MLS numbers. All right, so what it does now is it builds a video for you. So if you guys are like figuring out what you can post this week and you're out of ideas, you can just basically use some inventory from the office to keep content always flowing through your social media. Now I'm gonna let this video build because it's doing that right now. And what we're gonna do now is we can also here track our results, advertising results. So it shows here how many people visited our sites because of what the stuff that we've done. So this actually is a really good way of doing it. All right, so now check out the video that we made. So it'll just scroll through all the properties that you put into it.
Where is that?
This property? That's a new construction. I think it's in Reddington or one of those towns. And the cool thing is, to see number one, they have to text you or call you. So they get captured as a lead, you know, so it's a clever way of getting people to reach out to you.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. All right, so that's one way to use your squeeze page builder. And then if you wanted to do a squeeze page with no MLS info, you just want to get people to like start working with you, you can create a buyer or seller squeeze page builder. So let's just say we wanted to do one of these, call it Facebook again, hashtag it like buyers. And then we go area, let's just say we want to work the 07076, which is right here. For single families, options, let's just say, I don't know, just listed. Type buyer, Facebook cover photo options, use listings from search results, that's fine.
Pick up the whole county or just this Scott Plain?
It'll just pick up right here. So,
okay.
So once you build this link, and you want to start working this demographic, so this is basically a great way to farm for you guys. So what you do is you'll copy this link, right? Copy it and go to Facebook, all right? Paste the info. Now it's going to look like this. Now, once you post this, you can actually go and boost this post to just this area. So if you just want, if you want to be known in Scotch Plains as the realtor that does a lot of work in Scotch Plains, boost it and make it for Scotch Plains. So that way, $100 will get you a lot more views locally than $100 over the course of 25 miles radius. So
what did that pull up when you put in just any property?
Just listed homes. Just listed homes in the area. People would love to see this. Yeah. No. The thing is that anybody that lists a property and they check off that IDX is okay means that anyone can promote their property. So Zillow can promote their property, Realtor can promote their property, Trulia, any site can promote their property, including Wyker.com, ColdwellBanker.com. So that means that you can also do the same thing. You can market other listings as long as you're showing it it's through an IDX and they're not your listings. You understand?
Yeah, because when I sort of understand that. Because when I was at Wyker, people were posting anybody's listings on the page, and Wyker told them that you can only post Wyker's listings on the page, but Wyker's not, no offense to Wyker, but Wyker, we're on video.
That's right.
Wyker is not, cut this part out, please.
Yeah, that's all right.
Wyker's not up to date with
technology.
Social media, so we can post any property to our page.
As long as you're showing that it's not a, because this does it automatically because it pulls the data from the MLS. Yeah, perfect. So it's not saying this is Tricia Spuger's listing, it's saying that this is a listing that's just listed in Scotch Plains.
It's show who the listing agent is too.
A lot of times it does.
He's gonna contact you, but it's courtesy of the office.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
As long as they've checked off IDX on their feed on the MLS, they're allowing other agencies to promote their listings.
And
So
they have to check that off
if they want their properties to really be marketed well, yeah. Because if they don't check off that IDX feed, that means that Zillow doesn't get it. It means the realtor's not going to get it. So they're really just like limiting themselves to just their office.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's another way you guys can keep doing that. All right. So that's pretty much it for squeeze pages. Anyone have a question on it? Don't feel like you can't ask.
How often would you recommend doing like this kind of stuff? How often would you
Well, I tell you guys to do one piece of marketing a day. So, you know, you might want to do this once, twice, 3 times a week. Just give yourself, you know, a system and follow it. It doesn't really matter. You can do this once a week as long as you do it consistently once a week.
Okay.
You know, so it's up to you guys where you want to utilize. You can use, obviously, Craigslist and do other things too, but this is actually a really good professional looking way to get, you know, some social media done.
Louis,
Yeah.
how would you change that over if you were looking for sellers?
Okay, so you just change here, you would change your hashtag to sellers, hashtag sellers. And then here where you go to type, instead of putting buyer, you put seller. And then you want to use the data that's used for sellers. So once you change it to sellers, it gives you different, use recent listings from your agency, random listings from even outside of them. So whatever you pick, it just doesn't matter. And then you just want to pick a new one, area, let's just say we pick 07202, and we want to build a link. Buyers, so. Okay, so make sure you click on the drop down and not just write in the zip code. It won't let you. Okay, so let's go with options. We're gonna go type seller. Options.
Yeah, Louis.
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea to have someone prove that they know how to use it, like for each situation. Like say someone wants to do a seller squeeze page,
Yeah.
like a marketing a house squeeze page, like what I do,
Okay,
like through Facebook, Craigslist, like a buyer
I get
squeeze
it.
page.
Yeah, we could try that. Give you guys the opportunity to do that. All right, so we'll just copy this link and we'll see what this one looks like. All right, the average price in 07202 is $211,000. What's yours worth? That's a cool little landing page.
love that.
Yeah, that's a cool little. So go ahead and you can use this for sellers. So that's how you would do sellers.
How did that just pulled from all the stuff that's gathered on MLS? How did you get that?
It does the demographic search for you because it takes all the info in that zip code. Yeah, it takes all the info in that zip code, condenses it into an average price, and you can throw it out there. So
Does it give them an average price for that?
it did.
Like,
It did. It said the average price.
I can't see from here.
It says the average price in 07202 is $211K. What's yours worth?
What happens when you click on that? What does it take? It's
You
just,
get a CMA.
And do we know how accurate? Like, are they pretty? Or it's like.
It's like Zillow.
It's okay.
Very accurate.
But the main thing is that they gotta put the email address. So
So you get a lead out of
Oh, I
it.
love it.
you're gonna get an email.
I have a question about this because it's a great idea. Like, if I want to target my neighborhood,
Yep.
I want to target my area because I can't see. I don't know about you guys, for sale signs from the real estate agents
On your own block.
Yeah. So if I want to target my own neighborhood, is there a way that
Yeah.
you could do?
You make these
search?
posts. You make these posts, and you make it where everyone in your town sees it, and you pay for that. It's okay to spend a little bit of money on marketing. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help. So make sure that like you give yourself a budget every month that I'm going to spend $400 a month on marketing, and then take these posts and put $25, $50, $100 sometimes on them, so people can start seeing your stuff. Because this is the equivalent to modern day postcards. So instead of doing postcards, where it's going to cost you probably 3 times as much to get the same attention, utilize Facebook, because everyone's on Facebook. No one's even watching TV anymore. You know, so this is where the eyes are. So for your bang for your buck, Facebook is probably the best way to go. You know, people say it's even better than Google. So, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so try that.
But because you're doing boosts, so it's not just your friends. It's going to go out to
Everyone in the area.
Like if I pick Cranford, it's going to go out to everybody in Cranford.
Correct.
But you pay for the boost. You could just post it, but if you want to boost it, you pay.
Yeah, but the good thing about the boost is you can stop it at any time. So if you say I want to use $100, and like for something happens and you're like, well, I got to shut it off for right now because I need the money or whatever. I don't have the rest of it, and you can restart it whenever you're ready to continue the budget. Freeze it.
Freeze it.
So it's a good way to get your name out there. Also, the boost, the boosted post will bring more people to your page, so you'll start getting more likes. So it's also a good way to build up your business page as well. We recently reached over 1,000 likes on our Facebook business page, which is a big accomplishment, because if you guys look on our insights, our rankings, which I was very proud of showing you guys, is that Coldwell Banker Residential is probably the biggest Coldwell Banker, most profitable Coldwell Banker in the whole country. So I don't know if you guys know that the one in Westfield on the corner, they've got on their page 2,028 likes, right? They've been around for probably 20, 30 years. I don't know how long they've been there, to be honest with you. But we've only been around here like 6 to 8 months, or I'm not even sure. But we've already got over 1,000 likes on our page. So our social media is growing at a much faster pace than them. Number 2 is Douglas, but Douglas gets managed by a company, so that's why they have. But they don't have any any original content. It's all like recycled stuff. They have 1,200, so we'll be past that probably in a month or 2. So we'll be in number 2 place pretty soon. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll be over the 2,000 mark. So we'll be in the first place, and that's something that you guys can take with you to listing appointments. If you want to show people like this is the modern day equivalent to television, and we're the number 1 social media advertising company in all this area. We even beat out Coldwell Banker Residential, which is like the biggest firm. So that'll be a huge thing for you guys to show.
That we beat out Coldwell Banker.
Because our rankings will go up. You see right now, like there's other companies that are below us that have. They have, like, if you wanted to show, like, just say you go up against Weichert in Westfield. Weichert in Westfield has only 246 likes, which means they don't put any content out. They have no engagement. So we need to show them that, like, we have more engagement, we have more content, we have more of everything. So this is going to be good. So I veered off for a little bit, but I just wanted to show you guys about that. Okay, so back to conversion. I'll make this one easy and quick, because this is easy and quick. Landing pages are not a mystery. Whoever's not using landing pages, you need to start right away. Landing pages are very easy to do. If you want examples of what's working well, you can see here that these are examples of other people's landing pages that you can use. Let's just say we picked this one. This one had a 70% click-through rate and 26 leads generated from it. So someone created this, what's your home worth, and basically boosted the crap out of it. So it got a lot of views, and you guys can basically mimic the same thing. So what you would do here is you just start playing around with these buttons. So let's just say you want the submit your button text. So your text would say, click here. Always capitalize the first letter of every word when you guys are doing marketing. It helps a lot. So now you have a click here button. You want the background. Yeah, the background. You want to make it like anything. You want to make it a lady.
Kitchen.
You say the lady. Why isn't that updating?
Lady?
Yeah, it says lady.
Lady.
I don't know why. Okay, I guess that was lady. This is exterior. This is kitchen. So whatever you guys like the most, you guys can play around here and pick your background. And then you want to give them here the URL after they are done with this, where it takes them. You guys always want to copy and paste your URL from your conversion site. So once you're on your website, you just go and copy this link here and take them to when you're creating your squeeze. Where was I?
Sorry about you going too fast.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's a good idea. I like that. That's a good idea.
What conversions did you
Smart.
I'm smart.
You are. You are so smart. I love it.
So I guess I don't know where I was. All right, but when you're here, you're gonna copy your URL from your website, and you can paste it here. If you don't want them to go to your website after they're done putting this information in, you can make them go to a squeeze page instead, which is kind of redundant because this is kind of a squeeze page. So I would just send them to my my website, where they can start searching for homes immediately or start getting other information on us immediately. You want to hashtag this too if you want, because let's just say this is your hashtag. You want to see which of your campaigns are working best. So maybe you want to hashtag this one the date, or hashtag it I don't know, whatever's going to refresh your memory whenever you start to get leads from it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, you can really just use these landing pages as frequently as you want and post them also on Facebook. You can make them, you can actually even pay Google to put these landing pages out as like real websites and people can go to get more information on whatever you're trying to pitch. Okay, so that's good stuff. Let me close up some of these. Is everyone clear with landing pages, or is someone still confused about how to use a landing page?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Okay, so on landing pages, what don't?
Get to speak up.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, talk. So what don't you guys understand about landing pages? Once we're here, what don't you get about it? Because landing pages are, for lack of a better term, they're just places for people to go and ask for more information. Okay. So you can either make these, like, you can play around with the views. Like, there's ones that are really cool where you can actually show a video. So if you guys have like a video of an open house you did, like Trish has a nice one, you can put it here. You know, you can do. You guys have some bios that we've done here that you can post here.
Do we have to get an okay, like that video that I have for Scotch Bunnies, do we have to get okays from anybody, or we're able to like?
We have a social media disclosure form if you want to use, and you want to get your client a sign that says they allow us to use their property for marketing. It's only helping them, but yeah, you can get them to sign that, and then once they sign it, you guys can do something like this. If you guys have a bio that you want to use and you want people to see your bio, do this. You put their bio in here, and then just market the crap out of it and set it out.
And we broke off. And
see, Lynn, this is something you can do because you have a nice bio, you have a nice professional looking bio, throw it on here, and then you make a landing page out of it and you start promoting it. You know, do a landing page. Yeah.
So your landing page is pretty much just to, then they ask you random questions about houses or about...
A landing page is to capture people's email addresses and phone numbers if they'll give it. But you want to offer something, but with the hopes that they're going to give you their information. And then, like if they're asking for a free list of properties in their area, they'll get it.
Right.
And you don't have to do anything.
You got a landing page. Now, what's the difference between landing page and a drip campaign?
A drip campaign is something that always sends them information on your behalf until you tell it to stop.
That's what Conversions does first.
Conversions does that, and it does everything. Yeah, Conversions does the drip campaign for you automatically.
So this is what you have to design yourself.
This is what you do yourself for your marketing. If you guys aren't using this, you guys are selling yourself short, because there's a lot of things on here you guys can use to set yourselves apart from other agents. So go ahead and start playing around with this stuff. Like if you guys have some off time when you're home, and instead of watching a show or something, just go into the website and start playing around with each individual landing page and see what you get from it. And if there's something you don't understand about it, there's always someone here where it says like need help on usage. Just click on it and ask them, hey, listen, I don't understand this, can you explain this to me? Or you can just go here, on Facebook too.
Who's asking a question?
So that landing page,
Who's asking
You
a
said
question?
each
There's a
individual
group
landing
of
page.
questions. Join that group on Facebook, and there's always people. Oh, how do I do this? And then everybody versions they reply. You got to go here, or do this, do that. It's good because it's all over the country.
It's a group.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. You can go, oh, I use this, or this landing page. Fine.
Are you on Conversion every
Yep.
day?
Yeah, once you...
Yeah, I check because you gotta make your phone calls. You gotta do your
Sorry?
from the conversion site, you go to design landing page.
Yep, you just go here. Yeah, so when you're in Conversions, you go here. All your tabs are right here. So you just go to landing page. You create the landing page, and once you get the landing page, it'll give you something like this. Once you got it the way you like it, you just save it, it gives you the link, and then you use the link to start spreading it out. Okay.
That's what you need.
All right, guys. I don't want to get too far. Into any one topic. If you guys need more help on any one thing, I'll see you guys on a one-on-one. But let's just move along. So now with Zillow, I'm not sure how many of you guys actually pay attention to what your Zillow account looks like, but a lot of you don't even have your Zillow account.
Very important.
Yeah, you don't even have your Zillow accounts finalized. You have to get them completely with your photo, with your bios, if you haven't done that yet. You go to your Agent Hub, and what I want you guys to start doing is this. First of all, make sure your Agent Hub is 100% complete. So you guys want to go to edit your profile and start putting all your information in. Make sure you have everything up to date, all your credentials, the areas you service, everything. This is really important. If you guys aren't doing this, it's like expecting a restaurant to get notice and not being on like Yelp and not being on Open Table. You guys have to start putting yourselves everywhere where people are looking for what you're selling. So with the Agent Hub, you want to go to a couple places. You want to go to My Listings. And if you guys have any listings at all, you want to start making sure that when you have a property, and Danny, I want you to pay, where's Danny?
You just stepped out.
You just stepped out? All right, I want you guys to start going here. When you go to edit listings, obviously you know you go to edit listings when you want to change the price, but this is now feeding from the MLS, so you can't even edit it anymore. But you do go here if you want to add more photos that you have, because the MLS only lets you put 25. You can put more in here if you wanted to. The other thing you can do here too is obviously put your open houses. You could throw in a virtual tour if you have one, because I know that sometimes you may have one that the MLS may not let you upload, but you can do it here. The most important thing that I noticed here that we're not doing is putting a related website. So what would you put here as a related website?
Culture State.
Anybody else?
Most aggressive realtor.
Anyone else? What'd you say?
Conversions. I work with conversions.
Conversions what?
My website.
Your website. Now what you should be putting here is, you guys remember the squeeze page that we created earlier? With the squeeze page for that property? Take this property's MLS number, whatever your property is, create the squeeze page. The squeeze page is a website. So grab that squeeze page website URL and throw it in there, and throw it in here, because now when people go and they want to see the website that's related to this listing, it's not going to take them to your website where you have a search bar where you have to look for that property again. It'll take them directly to more information on this property. And it's still your website, so they can still look for properties there if they wanted to. They can still research about you. They can still send you a message. They can still look to see how much the home is worth. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're going to your conversions and grabbing the squeeze page and putting it there. Go here, put in your single property squeeze page builder, dump it in, get the link, and then throw it in. And throw it in Zillow. That way you're like really, really, really sharp when it comes to what you're showing other people on Zillow. Now another thing that Zillow has that you're not going to see here is that Zillow lets you do a video walkthrough, but it won't let you upload a video from your phone. You have to actually have their professional app on your phone and walk through the house with the app. And then you can have a virtual tour through the house, but you have to have it on your phone.
Zillow, go through their...
Yeah, so you got to download a professional Zillow app on your phone.
Wait, in order to say that again?
In order to give, like, let's just say you don't have a walkthrough for the house. Let's just say a virtual tour for the house, right? Let's just say you don't have one. Like, for instance, for this one, I don't have one, right? What I can do is I can download the Zillow app on my phone. And on the Zillow app, I look for my listing, and it asks me, do you want to add a video? Because you don't have a video for this one. I say yes. And then it starts allowing me to take the video with my phone, but only through the app. You can't take the video with your phone.
We couldn't use one of our other videos to put there.
You can't take a video from your phone and then upload it to Zillow. It won't let you do that. Okay. It has to be done directly through them. Okay. So once it's done through them, you have a virtual tour. Now your listing is 100% complete. Now you have a really nice looking, robust listing that your client can never come back and say, hey man, you're not marketing my property correctly. Make sure that you guys do this if you're trying to impress a client. Okay, because they're always checking up on you to see what their stuff is doing on Zillow. I'm sure anybody here has experienced that.
I've only had one listing here and that went up on Zillow, and it took like at least a week or two to get it on Zillow.
Yeah, that's a problem.
That typical?
No,
Not?
I don't know why that happened to you. Have you checked recently to see if anything else has taken the time to lag on there? Like, did you change the price recently? They were letting you do it manually, but now they don't.
I tried to put it in.
Now they don't.
I add my past sales, my no less.
That you can do.
You can keep past sales on there too.
Yeah,
of course.
That you can do.
Your picture is there. You're gonna say how many reviews you have, how many properties you sold.
Yeah, you guys need to always keep that in mind too. Like I told you guys, get reviews and put in your previous sale history. Make sure it looks very strong, especially when you go on listing appointments. It lets people know how many people you've actually serviced before.
So buying and selling.
Yeah. So
you put it on, you both.
Yeah. So when you're on your agent hub, you want to go to your profile, and in your profile you can start asking for reviews, and you can start also putting in more stuff that you guys have sold. Like if you have a past sale, you see your past sales here. You can show your active, you can show your past sales, and you can show your reviews.
Come up. We have to manually.
Your past sales, you have to manually put them in. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I hope that they change that soon, but I don't think they've done it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions on this, guys? Okay, guys. This is another thing you want to do in your account. You want to go to your account settings, and you want to. Agent Hub. Or is it here? Hold on. I'll show you guys in a second.
When you're talking about Zillow, you want this, like, we should do it on the other ones too. Trulia and do you focus just on Zillow?
Whatever Zillow does, Truly tends to also mirror, but they do have separate profiles on there, so you need to always make sure.
Do a profile for Trulia too?
Yeah.
And Realtor.com? I know
Yeah, you do.
Choose that. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that I.
So this goes for all three then?
Correct. Dashboard, inbox, header, profile, password, contact.
But you guys don't do any advertising, or you don't recommend advertising on any of these pages?
Buyers are a dime a dozen, and if you spent that same money you're paying Zillow to advertise on Facebook, you'd end up with a much better turnout. And if Zillow was so good, they wouldn't lock you into a 6-month contract.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yeah. Once they got you, they got you. Yeah, I'm not worried. Everyone's starting to realize that the hard way. If you guys go to like agent, blog posts, you guys all start seeing that model is kind of dead.
Is it?
It's starting to die off. People are starting to recognize that that's not the way to really do it. Oh, here it is. Connect to my CRM. When you guys go to account and you go to connect to my CRM, here you guys can actually take your conversion. You guys can take your conversion broker ID or your agent ID, put it into connect to my CRM. So what that means is that anybody that tries to contact you through Zillow at all will be funneled directly to your conversion. So conversion starts communicating with them automatically, like instantaneously, like right away. So that way there is no guesswork. So the way you do that is you go to your conversion page and you look for your broker ID, which I'll show you guys at a later date. It's really it's a little complicated. I'll show you guys how to do it. I don't want to take too much time on that, but then what you do is you pull it from here, from conversion, and then you dump it into your Zillow info. And what it does is that anybody that goes through Zillow is now in your database. You don't have to manually put them in. I don't know if anybody's used that yet. Use that, Diego? Use that? Yeah, so
taken from conversion.
Yeah.
Put it into Zillow, okay.
Yeah. So if you guys are keeping notes and to-do lists, make this one of your to-dos. Okay? All right, so moving along. All right, we're, did anyone see my email I sent out? I think everyone probably saw the email I sent out about the proxy bidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll explain to you guys what that is. All right, so a proxy bid, for those of you who don't know, is a bid that's being done on behalf of you, on behalf of yourself, through someone remotely, right? So that's what we're offering to our clientele. A lot of us are getting familiarized with sheriff sales, online auction sales, and all these other types of auctions that are out there. And a lot of these investors, they want to get good deals, and they're like shopping around with realtors, and all realtors can offer them is stuff that's on the MLS. Obviously, they don't need us for that. They can search that on their own now. So what we want to try to keep in mind is that we always have to add value to a transaction. So the more we familiar ourselves with stuff that's not being done commonly by other agents, the better chance we have to make more money and to survive. So proxy bidding is exactly what it sounds like. What we can do for our clients on their behalf is we can go and bid for them at the sheriff sales or online. But what we need to do is we need to first meet with them in person so they can understand what it entails and how it works. So they know all the benefits, they know all the risks, and they know everything involved, and they know the fees. So if they're tired of paying almost retail prices on the MLS, this is like going to be a breath of fresh air for them. There's a couple different ways for you guys to make money on this. You can make money when they buy it, if you guys get them to sign a buyer's agreement, or you can make money when they sell the property as a listing with you. But you got to get them to sign a listing agreement from the moment that they get a property with you. So it's either one way or another. But you guys will definitely be ahead of the pack with this stuff because nobody really has perfected it, and nobody has really done it at a professional level where there's disclosures and there's like there's a protocol on how it's done. So you really have to use this, because if you guys aren't getting anywhere with your investors now with inventory, there is a lot of inventory. Every week there's inventory at sheriff sales. We get information for 5 or 6 different counties, so keep that in mind, and a lot of agents don't have that information. So keep in mind, we'll start working on proxy bidding. Anyone have questions on proxy bidding?
I have a lot of questions, but not now. I have a lot of questions. But
Sure.
we maybe do a separate class
Training on this?
Yeah, on people that, like, I haven't been involved. I don't know if anybody else. I haven't been involved at all with this kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
I have to learn about it.
Yeah, well, sheriff sales, you're not going to learn by me sitting in front of you and telling you how they are.
Whatever you want us to do, if you want us to go with
you guys can go on your own. You guys can come with me, because I don't go every week, but you guys can go and just start. It took me almost a year, like Diego. Remember, it took us almost a year of going to sheriff sales before we ever built up the courage to even make an offer. We had Diego one day. He almost pissed his pants. He bid for us, and it was like the wrong bid. He did it the wrong way.
No, it wasn't for sale. They just announced that.
Yeah, it wasn't even for
I
sale.
was like, sold us the house. What do I do?
There was no upset amount.
$10,000. And everybody looking at it.
I went there when they were so fast. I was lost.
No, you don't know, because sometimes they announce the address, but that doesn't mean they're taking bids on that property.
Yeah, there was no upset
You gotta
amount.
wait for the other person to say, okay, the bank wants this or whatever. We didn't know it. I was like, no, because if you don't get it, then it's gone. They just take it back. And I was like, $10,000. Then everybody.
I gave him a dirty ass look at it. I'm not with him. I don't know this guy.
But yeah.
Okay.
So it's more of a, like, you just gotta
You gotta go.
Exactly.
jump in and
They give you whatever. Some properties they owe water, sewer, they have tax, they have liens. They just you gotta.
Yeah, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn even after you think you know everything already. There's so many different things that can happen in sheriff, so there's so many moving parts. So it's not a matter of me sitting in front of you and explaining it to you. I can give you the outline of what a sheriff sale is, but you guys have to experience it firsthand, because this is not easy. This is not for everyone. I don't expect everyone in this room to ever build a nerve or courage to do this. But you do have, if you do have clients, obviously we can hold your hand on something like this if it's really like a good client. So keep this in mind. Now, there are disclosures that need to be filled out by the clients. That explains to them that we can't guarantee a lot of things that can go wrong with the property if the title's not clear, if there's an underground oil tank, if they don't make money on the property, if like they can't get rid of the tenant or the homeowner. Like, these are all things that they have to sign off on, knowing that we don't have control over these things, so they don't come back and say, you never told me this. You never said this to me. So if anyone has a client that they want to represent, make sure that we meet with them first, we explain everything to them, and we can go from there. Now, I want to share with you guys a case study that happened recently to one of the people that we met at the auction.com events, and I referred him to Gatchko to help him out. He made an offer on a property at a sheriff's sale, and what happened is that the guy filed for bankruptcy right after the sheriff's sale, because you have a 10-day right of redemption, which means that you can pay off your debt to the bank within those 10 days after the sheriff's sale, and that means you can get your house back, right? You can also file bankruptcy in that time, and if it files bankruptcy, it also stops the sale. In some counties, you can vacate the sale, which means that you can terminate it, get your deposit back. In some counties, you can't. In some counties, your money is stuck there till the bankruptcy is finalized. So this guy has, it's not fair at all. So this guy paid, I don't know how much for a condo in Jersey City, and he has probably like $40,000, $50,000 locked up with the sheriff that he can't do anything with. He's not gaining interest on, not doing anything at all. And he can't get his money back because the bankruptcy is tying up the sale. So, yeah.
We'll get it back once the bankruptcy's filed.
How long will that
Eventually he'll get it back. Eventually he'll get it back whenever that bankruptcy is done, but that could be a year from now. Who knows how long it could be. So in the interim, he has to now spend legal fees for an attorney to get his deposit back by vacating the sale. But normally what happens is that in some counties they won't keep your money. They'll release your deposit, but Union County, from what I heard from sources, is one of those counties that does that. So I know we're in Union County, so make sure that you explain to your client, which I'm going to add. They will hold your money till bankruptcy is cleared up. So we got to make sure that we also tell our clients that. I'll put it in the disclosure, because I just found out about this case last week. I'll put it in the disclosure to let them know that if they have a deposit, they get stuck in bankruptcy, and it's going to be a long ride, and it could incur more legal fees. So even for you guys that are going to sheriff's sales and think you guys can find yourselves a good deal, you can always be at the risk of having your deposit held up for many, many, many months.
You see that the guy filed after the sale date?
Yep.
Wow.
You file right after the
So
sale.
how do you try to avoid something like that?
You really
You can.
You really can't. There's no way of knowing. It could happen on a vacant house. It can happen on an occupied house. Obviously, there's more chances of it happening on an occupied house. But
How long are you thinking that, like, how long could it get tied up?
Huh?
How long, like, are we talking 6 months?
it could
or a
be
year,
it could be a few months. It could be a year. It could be however long the courts drag it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys go to the website for the sheriff sales, which you guys have probably seen before, which it looks like this. Sometimes it'll show you. It'll show you the history. Let's just say we want to do. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's just go with sale date. Let's go to 6. There's one coming up this week, right? All right, we'll go here. What happens is, if you see here status adjourned due to bankruptcy, and it's already happened once, and it's back for sale again, chances are the bankruptcy happening are none because the guy already used his bankruptcy. So those are the ones that you guys will let your client know, like, look, that possibility of that happening are out of the picture now. So, if you see something that's like fresh and doesn't have any history at all, like this is schedule, defendant adjourn, plaintiff adjourn, plaintiff adjourn, plaintiff adjourn, plaintiff adjourn, adjourn due to bankruptcy, and then plaintiff adjourned, and this one's okay because it's already been through like the ringer and there's probably nothing else this person can do. But if there's something that's just like it says scheduled and there's no history on it at all, chances are that property is probably going to get adjourned, or it could go, but chances are they adjourn it. And if you see no bankruptcy, like defendant adjourned, it was scheduled on 5/17, but then the defendant, which is the person who lives in the house or own the house, they adjourned it for 30 days, and now it's up for sheriff's sale again. Now, this one has never been filed for bankruptcy before, so the chances are there that he could also do that. This is not to say that he didn't file for bankruptcy a year ago before it was ever scheduled for sheriff's sale, but we don't know that. So just keep in mind that's something you're going to have to explain to your clients. Yeah, the place is packed.
Every county.
Okay. All right.
Days, like Union County is Wednesdays, Essex is
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Okay. Another thing I want to share with you is something that Danny and Paul have been working on, which is really, 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 really good for you guys. And we created a website called Culture Exclusives. And cultureexclusives.com is where we're going to put all our wholesale properties, our off-market properties that are not on the MLS, where it's a cleaner, much more presentable website than sharing my drive with a whole bunch of people. So it's going to look really, really nice. There are going to be pictures, there's going to be links for maps and contact and everything like that. But the only thing is that this site is not going to be branded to the office, because we don't want, it's branded to the office, but we're not going to put like the office website on it or the office phone number, because we don't want, if you guys send your client there, for that client to get mixed up with another agent from the office by contacting the office. So what we're going to have here is just a tab that says contact your agent. Now it's up to you guys the way you guys think would be better, and I think that Paul and Danny can probably chime in on this the best. I was thinking that if we say here, for more information, contact your agent, if we click on it, it'll show a lineup of all the agents, so that way they know who your agent is, like by face. What do you guys think? No? Still keep it very vague? What do you guys? Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, you meet these people at events and stuff, and they might not remember you.
Okay.
And then you shoot them over the link, and then
Yeah. All right. So then
So how will they remember you? Just off of you sending it, and they have to refer back to that number, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be the one sending them the link.
So they have.
So they know that they're going to have to call. Yeah. So
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that's better for you guys not to ever have an incident where you.
A chance to like go work with someone.
Oh, yeah, because if you're not answering your phone because you're at the movies with your son, and they're like, man, I really want to get into this house, let me call one of the other agents. Okay. All right, because people don't know. Sometimes they think we all work, for the same commission, and nobody has to like find their own clients, and we get paid by the hour. So another thing that's really cool that we have here is a Rehab Meter, which shows if it has heavy rehab, light rehab, or medium rehab, which is cool because people will know what they're getting themselves into.
Excuse me, what about comparables?
Comparables will be here too. There's going to be a tab for comparables.
Scroll through the pictures.
Yeah.
It's going to kill it.
Yeah, it's going to be
the visual versus just off of an email.
They're not going to be on the MLS, right?
I'm sorry?
They're not gonna be on the MLS?
Yeah, now these properties, there's rules to this stuff. They can be properties that are on the MLS, and you guys have to be direct with the seller. It can't be a daisy chain of people. So if it's like another wholesaler's property you're putting up there, it's not going to happen. Your client has to be direct. You have to be direct. So it's either your property or it's your client's property. You understand?
A listing that we got.
No, it's not. It's not a listing. A client that you have.
Contact.
So if like,
More people.
so for instance, let's just say one of your friends has a house he bought and he wants to sell it, but he doesn't want to put it on the MLS. That's okay. But if your friend has a property that someone else offered him, that's called a daisy chain. We don't want to have 2 or 3 people removed because it's just too many moving parts and it makes us look really bad. Yeah, we want to be the middleman. We don't want someone else to be the middleman because it complicates things and it adds another level of like complication later on, but it's too much.
Why would people do this? Like, why would they?
Because some properties have to be sold off the MLS for different reasons, but it really is like I want to say like a different market within itself, because sometimes properties are picked up in online auctions and you want to be wholesaled out. Short sales are, for instance, like if I put an offer on a short sale and I got it approved for 100 grand, but I'm okay with selling it for 120 if somebody takes my position, that's not something you want to put on the MLS because there's already an MLS listing on that property. You understand? Because when I got the short sale, it had to have been on the MLS.
Yeah.
All right? So if I create a second MLS listing for that same property, it just looks really bad.
Okay.
You understand? So I don't put it back on the MLS, I'd put it here. If you got a sheriff sale and you want to keep it off the MLS, because most people don't want to promote the fact that they're grabbing sheriff sales and putting it on MLS, they put them on something like this. We do it through a network of people. That's why, you know, people, when they talk to you sometimes, they ask you, investors especially, will be like, okay, what do you got that's not on the MLS? Because they've seen all that stuff.
You know what? Yeah, you're right.
They've seen all that.
Everybody's like, I don't want anything on that.
Yeah.
That's just top dollar.
Exactly. They've seen all that. So exactly. So this website is going to be.
Do we have a lot of properties like that?
We're more heavily. We have more properties than most real estate companies do off market, but we're starting to create. I want to create where we have a larger influx of them. Right now, Xavier is one of my good friends who does a lot of wholesaling, and he has properties he gives us from time to time. I get them from different places. I get my own. Lim's an active investor, so all the places that we gather them from, we put them here. But the great thing about this is Danny's going to be in charge of this site, so this site's going to be updated almost daily if we have new properties or if properties go under contract. So if this is one of your properties and you accept an offer on it, I expect you guys to let Danny know the same day that you accept an offer on it so he can take it off, because if not, it's going to make you guys look bad.
For pictures and description.
Yeah, it won't go up unless you guys provide pictures, access, and the pricing and all the stuff on it, okay? Yeah, if it's occupied and you can't get pictures of the interior, we need a lot of pictures of the exterior, and we need like an old MLS listing with interior photos. If you got it, you look for it, if you have it.
Harry has a question.
Yeah?
When can we expect this to be up and running?
It's up already.
It's already up.
But it's not finalized.
Not yet. It's just not. You can access it on your phone. If you want to.
Oh, it's also mobile friendly.
When we send this, are we sending it through a link they click on and this pops up?
Yeah, or you can tell them go to cultureexclusives.com.
Cultureexclusives.com.
This one? 512 Walnut?
Exclusives.
Yeah. It's available.
This is gonna kill it, bro. It's gonna make it completely different.
Of course. Sell it. Link 20.
She'll give it a combo.
The deposit and all the stuff.
Oh yeah, that's another thing, guys. You don't have a deal unless you have a deposit. You guys all heard that? Everybody?
Property or is...
Every deal that I've ever been involved in that's a wholesale deal needs a deposit. So
No, what I'm saying is the deposit amount.
Oh, it all varies.
120%.
No, it all varies. It all varies.
Is it say on each property?
Yeah, like Lim, when she sells her property, she doesn't ask for a deposit. She says no deposits.
No.
So everyone, you guys don't have a deal unless you have a deposit, so keep that in mind.
What I'm saying is that information going to be on the website so we know what to ask for? Or?
That's a good thing to put on there, what the deposit amount's going to be. So whether it's 3, 5, 10% or an exact amount.
Prices.
Huh?
We're not going to put prices.
We're not going to put pricing on there because people give it for different prices.
I can feel out people and see what I think.
Okay, so we're not putting pricing for.
There's not going to be prices on any of the houses.
All right, so
we'll know the price.
Yeah, you guys don't know the price.
We're going to know what it's going for. We're going to put whatever on top.
Correct, because you guys are. Yeah, because I guess Danny will email everybody what the seller wants on it.
But that's
so
why
everybody
it
knows.
says contact your agent for pricing information.
Right, but he's asking so he knows. There'll be a number that you're going off of.
Yeah.
You can put whatever on top. What Paul's saying is, if I got a guy that's going to go 40 over top, why not take it? Right?
Yeah, what we can do is.
you give us will also be us making money if we can't get it to go anywhere.
We'll know the price, but we won't disclose it on
Say
the
you
website.
disclose it to me. Say that house on the top goes for $3.
We have a list. So like,
Yeah, what we can do is, what we can do is we can keep that drive pricing list.
Yes, whatever on top.
Yeah.
What I get on top, great. But
Wait,
if you
wait, wait.
can't-
So now it's included. The 10K is included on the price.
On the draws.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that.
Yeah, so what
usually puts, like,
I have a file
200.
that's everyone's shared.
Say 200 gets you 10K.
Yeah.
So if you get it for 220, at least you can start with the guy, and then if he's like, nah, can you do a little something, then you could cut down.
You know what your margin is. So we'll still keep active the pricing list that we have on Drive that everyone's been shared with.
And it'll always be specific.
Yeah, and then Danny will update it on a daily basis whenever something is either off or if we have a new property, it'll be pricing on there. So you can go based off of that. That'll be good for you guys. Okay, so so we spoke about the rules. You guys really need to get as much information as possible if you want it up there. No daisy chains. Deposits are a must. You want to also make sure that whenever you're doing wholesale deals, you always need a client to sign a CIS form. And a lead-based paint is not really required on these deals because we're not a lot of times having any access to these properties. So I got to check with the commission to see how they view these deals. But as of right now, we definitely need at least a CIS. We need also, I said the deposits, you guys understood that it had to be certified checks or wires. There's no personal checks on deposits. And let's see what else. Also you let them know that it's non-refundable when you guys collect the deposit. They're a lot of times taking the position of the client, of the seller, so they're inheriting a deposit that they're giving. So there's no reason why they should be asking for their deposits back unless the deal can't be conveyed for title.
Have you had any issues with non-refundable deposits? Like
No.
the other attorneys or whatever?
No, I've never had an issue with it. I've had people cancel with even with non-refundable deposits, and if we sell it in a relatively fast amount of time, we'll end up just giving them their deposit back. That depends on the seller. Some sellers get really pissed and they're like, I'm not releasing that. Even if it gets stuck in the attorney's escrow, they don't release it. All right. Any questions on this, guys? This is going to be really game changing for us. So let's.
What would be a good property to put on that? Like if like that listing that we're talking about now that I called you yesterday about that needs a lot of renovation.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be advisable to go that route with somebody like
your clients in Fanwood?
What was that?
Your clients in Fanwood?
No, this is in Cranford. It's a house in Cranford that needs a lot of renovation.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
I don't know yet. That's what I'm going to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be a smart, like instead of the MLS, is that smart marketed better?
Not really, because these are the people you're talking about are people who probably own this house for a long time.
Yeah.
And where you're going to get the most for a property is on the MLS.
Okay.
So if we took any one of these properties and put it on the MLS, we'd probably sell it in like a heartbeat. But the thing is that we're not trying to go that route for different reasons, and it could be a lot more advantageous to your client to just have it on the MLS. This is if you want to sell something quick and for like a fire sale price.
They gotta be cash.
Yeah, a lot of times these deals are cash or hard money, guys. So if you guys haven't hooked up with a good hard money lender yet, let me know. I'll give you guys some introductions. So make sure you guys are dealing with a good team. Title company is also important. I have a couple of title companies that are awesome at this kind of stuff. Okay, now our Culture Estate website that I want to show you guys. Danny has been polishing in it, and it looks really good so far. Much better than I think most real estate websites I've ever seen. Yeah. So this is our when you go to we have two sites, as you guys know. We have the site for our office, which is kind of like something we can personalize with our bios, about us, our mission statements, and things like that. And there's somewhere where you can kind of like tell a client, here, go here. You can visit this website if you want to know more about my company. But you also have your own personal website where you guys can get people to utilize the MLS. So this is the video that shows up as soon as you open the site, which is really cool because nobody.
Cultureestate.com.
This is culture.estate, okay, and we have cultureestate.com. That's where people go and they search for properties, and that's it, So this is more like a website about us, So with that being said, I want people to, when they want to know about Culture Estate, I want it to be I want it to be nice and complete. I don't want a half-ass website. So obviously on the first page we have our mission statement and our vision. At the footer, at any point, they can instant message us, go to our social media, go to our YouTube page, go to our Instagram. They can like the site here if they want to. They can search for properties, which this wasn't easy because Wix is not compatible with Conversions, and Conversions is not compatible with Wix for coding issues. So what I did was I took our search bar and I made it a link. I made it a hyperlink. So now when your clients go here and they want to search for properties, or maybe not clients, but let's just say people in general. Let's just say someone who saw or something of ours on a Facebook post. They'll go here and they'll want to say, okay, I want to know more about listings there. It actually redirects them to our site that has conversion, that is powered by Conversions, and now they can look for it. So that was a really big step in the right direction because we couldn't figure out how to do it. We did the same thing with the seller's page. We created the link here that takes them to our seller evaluator. It's just one link removed, but it's no big deal. It still looks great. Now this is the part that I want to talk to you guys about. We have our agents in our agents' bios. We took professional photos the other day with Sam, and some of you guys did not take a photo. If you decide not to use Sam for your photo, I really do need a photo from you guys because we can't have an active agent here that doesn't have a photo in a bio. There actually is a photo here. I don't know why it hasn't loaded yet, but which is really important. Now, whenever you see one of these photos, we're going to be attaching the video on them. So if you guys have a personal video, a bio video, like for instance, if you click on mine, it'll take you to my bio video. And we're going to do the same thing with all you guys. But you guys need to cooperate. I mean, you got to make time for something like this. This is really important, and especially for the office. It makes us look like right now we have 6 agents. You know, we don't. We have about 20 plus agents. So if you guys haven't hooked up with Danny, if you've been ignoring his emails about the bios.
What's the reason why my bio's not up?
Because it's so big and awesome, and it's so.
You're here.
It's the whole next page.
All jokes aside,
your bio's here. Your bio's here.
Nah,
your bio's here. Your
refresh the page.
Yeah,
that's bothering me too.
Yeah, your bio's there. The picture.
I worked hard on the pictures.
The one that's
yours is right here. I don't know why it's not showing up. You guys can check on another. You guys can check on your laptops.
You're too white.
Yeah.
I know Danny's can. Kenny is.
Hello.
Hey guys. All right, so yeah, hey guys, so seriously, if you guys got an email and you guys haven't replied to Danny about doing your bio, it's not that hard. If you need help, Danny can walk you through the process. But once Danny asks for something, just think of it as being asked by me because I can't get to everything at once. And then we have a page with our videos. This shows all the video content that we've been putting out, which is really cool because, on our site. So it'll show here all our latest stuff. It'll show our 5K. So this is a really cool site for people to visit if they want to know more about the office. Then it has our social media, which our social media is really cool because now they can come here and they can stay on top of what is going on Instagram. Which is really, really awesome. Not a lot of real estate websites have these functionalities, and I think there's a contact us tab here. That's it. I mean, so it's a really robust site. The only thing that's missing here, guys, is your bios and your photos. So there's no reason why anyone shouldn't have a professional headshot if you're doing real estate. So take advantage when we do free headshots. They came out really nice too, by the way, Sam. Thank you. All right, that's. That was it.